Hello everybody and welcome to this geometry video. I am Mr. Bartman and I'm just saying a welcome, and I figured if we had this video I could kind of show you a couple of things. First, I'd like to show you the syllabus, and secondly, your son or daughter will be probably having to watch some videos from time to time throughout this geometry class. So I thought I'd kind of explain what they look like, what they are, and the reason that I do them. Alright, so the reason that I do these videos, it's not to uh, give the students more work, but it's kind of change the format of how the work is done. Usually what you're probably used to is this teacher would be in class making a bunch, telling a bunch of definitions, and the students would write them down, and then they would do homework at home, and then they kind of get frustrated and stuck because they don't know how to do some of the tougher problems. What I'm trying to do is flip that and have the definitions and maybe a few examples at home, and then the tougher questions happen in class. Now, the reason that technology is really helpful in this is that we can do the definitions right here on the video, and they don't need my expertise to really be able to interact and answer any questions. It's more like the pre-work of saying, what are these definitions? How do we do these examples? And then when we get to class, how do we apply what we know to do some more deeper level thinking? Alright, these videos should be around 10 minutes or less. There might be a few that get up to 12, maybe 15, but I try to keep them around 10 minutes or under because it doesn't really help to do a video that is way too long, because that's a lot of information. It should just be a few definitions and example that will help you get ready for class. My expectation is that they are done before class starts. That way we can use what we've learned to then move on and move forward. I can show you what a video looks like right now. So let's say that we are talking about copying a segment, and your son or daughter has a compass, and we're going to say, let's do this in class. Or I want to be able to copy a segment in class. So what they would do is maybe I would assign this video before so that way they could watch and kind of interact.
Segments first, that way eventually we can be able to make stuff that's right down here.
And so you can see that I'm talking. Sometimes you'll see videos that there are with me, and sometimes there are videos that are not with me, but I usually make all of my own videos, so that it's not just from someone else. It's things that I know that we are doing. And the nice thing about these is that, let's say you get to something, you say, oh, I don't know how to do that, I don't remember. You can ask digital Mr. Bartman a question like, can you repeat that? And you can go back and do it again. The other nice thing about these videos is that they don't go away. So if, let's say, there's a test coming up and you have forgotten how to copy a segment, you can go back and watch that video again just to kind of help refresh your brain. So I think these videos can really be helpful, and I have seen a lot of good success from students who have done the videos, watched the videos, interacted with the videos, taken notes, that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean that your child won't have questions, and I will always answer any questions from a video from the day before. So don't think that's replacing it and they have to do some sort of learning. It is just a way to introduce what we're doing and then be able to pick up from where the video left off, where then I can interact with the students and help them out a little bit more individually than maybe I could otherwise. Alright, so what I'd like to do now is just go through the syllabus. And again, at any time, if you have questions or concerns about the video or how to log in or what to do, feel free to email me and I will answer any questions that you have. First, if your child has any questions, and I am not available, there is Jumpstart, which is from 7:30 to 8 every morning, and then there's also SAS after school Monday through Thursday, and then I am available after school Mondays and Thursdays from 3:15 to 4:15. If that doesn't work or they have practice or something like that, if they come in and see me, we can try and work out a time, but I try to reserve those 2 times specifically to help students if they need it. So the things that we need: textbook, binder, pens and pencils, notebook, loose leaf paper, calculator, planner, positive attitude. If you don't want to buy them a calculator, there are great websites that we can use. Actually, if we go right to, it's called Desmos. It's an online free calculator that we can use. It's also an app on your phone. I have it on my phone. It's really just very handy. We can type in lots of different things. You can show lines. We can do just calculations. There's all sorts of different math calculations and processes that the Desmos will do. So if you don't want to buy a calculator, you don't have to. We do have calculators in the classroom for them to use. We also have compasses and straight edges and protractors and stuff like that for in class. If they need to borrow one, I do have a few extra. If they want to use their own, that's okay as well. Discipline: if they get caught doing something that they really shouldn't be doing, they'll have a warning sent to the hallway, so that way I can talk with them. They can call, then I'll call home, and then we'll have a detention, And then if still that doesn't work, then we have an office referral. And finally, I will meet with the parent if it gets to that point. But it usually does not get to be that bad. Next, there should be no cheating. If they do, then again, automatic 0 and they can't make it up. The tardy policy, which just kind of keeps track of 4. After 4, then I usually kind of say, it's time for you to let's figure out what's going on, why you can't make the class on time. If they are absent for any reason, they are responsible to get the assignments either from me on the website or from their friends. Usually their friends are the easiest way to get them because they have some extra notes and stuff like that, but I always have everything they need. And they have 1 day to make up any work. So if they're gone on Tuesday, that work that was given on Tuesday is then due on Thursday. If they are absent for several days, they get every 2 days, they get 2 days to make it up. 3 days, they get 3 days to make it up. If they're gone for an extended period of time, if they come and talk to me, we usually can make up some sort of agreement as to when the work needs to be completed and when they can get it into me. So I am fairly flexible. The grading scale breakdown is 60% tests and projects, 30% quizzes and in-class discussions. In geometry, thinking and talking about your ideas is really important, so I'm going to try and stress some in-class discussions this year. And then homework and entry and or exit subs are worth 10%. The other reason that we're doing this video is just for this one part. This is really big. If your student scores poorly on any test or quiz, they can see me. We go through the entire quiz or test and fix any mistakes they made. Once I feel confident that they know what they're doing, I'll give them a new version of the same test, and then they'll get the new score. It's not an average, it is the new score. They only have 2 weeks to fix a test, and all quizzes must be completed before the test. So there is kind of a smaller window, so they have to kind of put in the work, and sometimes it gets a little bit tough to do. So I would suggest trying to do well on the test the first time, but there is that safety if they really made some mistakes and they didn't know what they're doing to come and work with me on it. All right, the things that we're going to be covering this year in geometry are congruence proof and constructions, and then similarity proof and trig. Then we have extending to 3 dimensions, like volume and surface area. Unit 4 is connecting algebra and geometry through coordinates. Unit 5, circles with and without coordinates. And Unit 6 is applications of probability. So again, your child should have this syllabus in paper form if you want to sign the paper form, or you just want to email me and say that you got it. I will accept either. And also, if you have any concerns you would like to share with me about geometry or anything that you might think would be important for me to know, you can write it on the paper or you can always email it to me. All right, so just like I said, the video should be about 10 minutes or less. This one is almost 8, so I will be about done here. I look forward to geometry, and I look forward to maybe you seeing me every once in a while on a video.